Oh, hello, bot. Can you hear us? Chat, say something if you can hear us. You think we're back.
Well, it looks like we're back.
And meanwhile, TJ Maelstrom is a TT Big from Go mode.
Needs a bow.
Oh, wait.
So yeah, summary is TJ found a bunch of stuff on the mountain and landed a bunch of stuff, and we're almost in go mode now. While we were gone, we need a bow so we can beat Eastern and Pod, and let's see, I think that's it. Oh, we need a GT Big so we can beat GT. So GT Big and a bow on TJ's side. Then Vex's side, we need Meyer Big, we need Pod Big, GT Big, Desert Big, and a bow.
Yeah, definitely don't have a bow, or we'd probably be using it here.
Oh, okay, Vex has more stuff. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, Vex has more stuff than the tracker showed us right now. We'll soon know what all Vex has. But yeah, sorry for the outage. There were some technical difficulties, but they're resolved now, so we should be good to go to finish this one out.
Oh my, thank you, Astolia. Hera Big was in Hera Basement, so we definitely needed that small key, and Pod Big was in Hera Big, so absolutely had to do Pendant Hera today. And what is on the Desert Torch here? The big key to ice. Ugh, an isolated check. Well, I guess if Vex hasn't finished ice.
Yeah, because TJ did ice early, but then didn't have big keys, so isolated big chests in Ice Palace. So if that had GT Big or like a bow locked bow.
Hey, look at what TJ's doing.
Ooh, a pit play? Or we're just checking it?
Check. He doesn't have all the pendants, and it's just 10 sticks. Ooh, Vex apparently found a bow somewhere. That could be interesting.
I would be curious to know what that was. Well, I guess we'll find out. I bet TJ will get it, I assume. I don't know.
Wonder where we finally started finding TR smalls. Because if they beat TR, they must have had at least one small to get to Trinex.
Oh, the TR small key and Crystal Ruler. Nice.
Oh, and Desert had our 6th pod small. Go figure.
Yeah, we have... Where's TJ going to go? I'm curious. We need a bow and a GT Big. I mean... No, I'm... Yeah, actually, yeah. GT Big, you just assume it might just be in GT. So really we just need the bow. The moment being. Oh, Spiral
why
Cave.
didn't Vex check that chest when he was here before? I don't get the man.
So bows and Spiral Cave. So
Ooh.
that's always rough. And inverted Spiral Cave and Mimic Cave and Tier Laser Bridge. They do all those checks. You have to jump off, the East Lightwell Mountain. and it's kind of awkward to do. Well, go down the east Lightwood Mountain, and so people will often pick either Mimic Cave or Spiral. Maybe do Laser Bridge and then leave behind Spiral and Mimic Cave, or both, because it's slow. And just take the risk, because it's so slow to do all. Because you have to go down Spiral Cave, then you like go back up Paradox, then do Mimic, and it's just really slow to keep going back up the mountains. People will normally leave one of those behind. But fortunately, TJ, that has their bow.
Now, Vex, of course, having the big key, doesn't need to hit the switch to go through this part of ice, and we will be seeing the big chest as well.
Yeah, only GT Big could show up, or the second bow, because it would also be bad.
I mean, at this point, it's starting to look likely that the GT big is in GT.
Yeah, I would be shocked if it's not.
Guess it could be someplace really ugly like Pyramid Fairy.
Yeah, which we've... is bow locked. I don't think no one's been to Pendant Swamp, have they? Okay, TJ's going to Pendant Swamp here. So we'll see Swamp. This is probably the last, like, area, like, we can get a lot of checks in quickly before a GT later on in the seed.
Well, Ice Big is junk, so TJ's not missing anything there. Vex, why are you in here? You've already done Ice Tea. I think he's slowly realizing this fact.
Wait, in your mirror?
Oh, whoa! There's the other bow! First check in Swamp. Didn't even need the Swamp Small, just needed the mirror and the flippers.
That's great for TJ. And then also come out on Vex's side. Because Vex didn't hit the switch, they now needed a small key to get to the boss. And they couldn't grab one because they already took it from Ice-T earlier on in the seed.
So he never got the Ice Small.
Yeah, he never got an Ice Small, and he forgot they already had taken the one that goes for going to Ice-T and used it. He probably used it in... he probably skipped the one behind the hammer pegs in Map Chest room. I went upstairs and burned it. Yeah, so... Yeah, Vex is very smoky here.
But there was an actual Ice Small that TJ got out of a chest somewhere.
Yeah, it happened a long time ago. I forget where it was.
Because, you know, if you have that, you're supposed to be able to get to the boss.
It's just... It's good for TJ they found that other bow.
Yeah, that is... I was just about to say, that is an absolutely amazing bailout.
Oh, Meyer cutscene had the Ice Palace Small. Okay.
Oh, okay. So... Yeah, I can see why Vex would skip that.
Yeah, slow in that logic. Originally, Vex was there because they only had 2 smalls at the time, so it wasn't in logic that they had the 3, so... I can see that. And that itself is not the issue. It's Vex had to like plan for the small keys more for Ice Palace, which can be tough to do when you haven't been in it in a while, and you don't have to think about the small situation to that degree. So. And yeah, being inverted here, it's actually better to do Eastern and then mirror and do Pod, because you know mirroring works in the reverse fashion. So teach you doing this the correct way. Do an Eastern and then we'll mirror into Pod. And then go to GT.
Okay, that is crystal number 6 for TJ. Getting close here. Now we can just mirror and rush the boss in Pod.
Yeah.
Looks like Vex is also doing Eastern and Pod.
Yeah, because they're I mean, they're essentially in Go mode minus GT big as well.
Yeah.
So they're just a little behind TJ. For their sake,
Did
need-
Vex not finish Meyer?
I thought they finished it out.
It's not marked on his tracker. I thought he did it, but I could be wrong.
I'm pretty sure he just did. It probably the input probably got eaten.
Or yeah, tracker eating inputs.
So yeah, for Vex, they want the GT big key to not be in GT. I mean, that's best for them so they can catch up on TJ here. Because you're gonna go to GT, full clear, looking for GT big. Hopefully you find. But after that, you have to go pick out like the main things that you have that are gross. Odds that Vex would pick the off locations correct over TJ are pretty. How great those are. Oh, he did not go to Meyer. Okay. Oh yeah, Vex was doing Ice Palace. Not Meyer. Duh. Yeah, so no, Vex is not getting Meyer. So yeah, Vex is 2 crystals behind. GG Big Cake can still be pretty gross. Still a lot of places in the game where that GG Big Cake that's not GT. Again, it's still statistically most likely to be in GT. So that's how you should play it as a player. You assume it's in GT and go for it there. But like, it could still be like we get mints in GT, then have to go check mint locations. There's still some awful possibilities that could happen. That last item.
Okay, well, that is 7 crystals, so do you bother with Pyramid Fairy, or do you just rush GT?
You just rush GT, because there's so many more checks, for sure.
And, of course, there are 9 more checks in Swamp that we haven't seen.
Yeah, like, there's better options. TJ is going back in.
I guess he's going back in to clear out everything else in Pod. He's sitting on 4 keys, so he figures why not.
Yeah, all the checks have been logic for TJ. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's tough call. These are in logic, so GT Big could be here, but then you compare it to all of GT. But then, like, if you wanted it, but if GT doesn't have the big key, it probably does, but if it doesn't, then it's like faster to do Pod now while you're still here. So that's a debate. But if the big's not here, then it feels like you just wasted a bunch of time.
Was that a completely vanilla Pod compass? I believe it was.
Yes, it was. It got confirmation again on Vex's side. These sound big. Ugh.
Oh, yay!
Well, the next, I think that's all the bigs except for GT. So the next
Yeah, Peds
one
and Logic now, if we really want those arrows. Oh, there's our third Skull Small! Moths and
Nice.
Logic, finally!
Awesome. We finally go do that.
That's a lot of big 20s.
Yeah, and then I'll do big key chests. Yeah, it's just, yeah. This is a tough call for PJ. Even for Vex, because Vex, I mean, has more dungeons to do, and it's also just GT from big from Go mode. I don't know, personally, I'd be more aggressive here and just bet on GT and just take the risk. Because I just feel like other people will, and like, I think there's more scenarios where you lose being more thorough here than you win. That's my viewpoint on it. That doesn't mean it's not correct necessarily. I just feel like you just bet on GT and skip more Pod.
I was just randomly thinking, Pod and Hera are the only dungeons that don't have any small keys from pots or enemy drops.
I have to see what Eastern does.
Pod, they make you work for your chest keys.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, everything else has that.
Okay, what is Compass Room? Oh, there are the mitts!
Yeah.
GT Big and King's Doom?
Yeah, you got Keysanity.
That's the only thing the mitts open for us at this point with this loadout.
Smith's Chain? No, we can do that without mitts.
Right. You can mirror in and do Smith Chain.
I forgot about that. Yeah.
Oh, you don't want the extra 300 there on the torch? Okay, so that's crystal number 6 for Vex. He needs to go back to Meyer, but he's not super far behind. Of course, a lot of this hinges on where that big key actually is. I mean, it could be on Sama. It could literally be anywhere.
It could be in any swamp. It could be in some of the runoff locations we haven't done. Like, there's a lot of gas spots. It's so probably here in GT, but yeah. It's,
I mean, okay, there are 5 places it can't be. The GT big chest and the 4 chests on the climb. And wow, that's 2 GT smalls we found in GT.
Yeah, so I have enough to actually get through the dungeon, which is nice, but yeah. Well, you definitely just shoot this as in logic. You can use some of those things you haven't done yet. Just give you the GT smalls. Oh, you have 3 GT smalls, okay. So, then just consider all this in logic, even though it's significant in logic with your loadout. Oh, there we go.
Wow. Okay, well then, for those of you who guessed 13, I guess?
Yeah, 13.
But that is definitively go mode for TJ. He's not getting silvers, so Ganon fight will be a bit longer, but I imagine he'll be done in 6 or 7 minutes.
Yeah. This thing definitely started slow, and it took a little while to get the progression. Because the main things were, the pod and ice at the beginning to be able to go do Aga, and then getting the Eastern outer bow in order to get your hook shot that locked the rest of the seed.
Yeah. It's always amusing when both runners wind up silverless and they got different bows.
Yeah, I had a scene like that recently. Also one of the dailies. Yeah. It shouldn't have happened. It's nice when the other bow is it's like a good bailout for you. Like you got the one that was out of logic, or was like the wrong bow. Which was my case the other day.
Yeah, and in this case, both bows were perfectly available, so there wasn't a logical first bow.
Yeah, because it was first check of Swamp, and then Chosen Logic. The other one was
Spiral.
Spiral, yep, also in Logic.
Yeah, Spiral was in logic as soon as we got the hook shot, and Swamp was then in logic as soon as we got the mirror. At this point, I can't remember where the mirror was.
That was a while back. Yeah?
Yeah, it wasn't like super early or anything. They were without the mirror for a while. Oh, mirror was in Paradox. Thank you.
Oh, yep, that's right. We saw the Paradox in mirror on, I think, TJ side, and then that's when it cut out. So we just barely saw it, I think.
Okay, let's see if Vex goes to GT now.
You would expect so. I mean, you could go to Swamp or stuff, but like, just go to GT. Only thing for Vex is, it looks like, according to the track, they only have one GT small, although I'm guessing they probably have more by now, and because of issues earlier, we just don't have a track.
Well, I mean, how many GT smalls can they have? 2 of them are in GT.
They can have 2.
Yes. I suppose maybe he has 2, but he doesn't have any more than 2. Down goes Moldorm 2 for TJ. He's not bothering to check any chests up here. He doesn't care that he doesn't have silvers. I still can't believe that bailout, though, on the bow.
Oh, back to doing Pyramid Fairy before GT.
Well, that's fine, because given that GT is at the top of Hyrule Castle, he'll be right there.
Yeah, I think it makes sense to combo it. It's not as slow as it would be, obviously, in non-inverted seed.
By the way, please do give these runners a follow, as we find Powder. Now, the real clown play would be for Vex to do Magic Bat at this point.
I want to see it now. Aw, nah. Going again. It would be responsible. Going again. Yeah, but the sea was definitely a bit gross. Not the worst, but it's definitely a bit gross. Like, yeah, not the best, not the worst. Somewhere in the middle.
Too bad Vex isn't doing Rando Rush.
Yeah, in the Keysanity mode, it's pretty common to just go hope to compass and then like full left, because just come in with keys. So it's like the safest, like most efficient option. You just want to be safe and not risk leaving the correct check behind. Unlike in a non-keys mode, where it's kind of like more, there's arguably more correct options, you might say.
Stop it, Ganon. Yeah, that is not a Silver's hint you hear very often from Ganon. Did you find the arrows on Death Mountain?
Yeah, this sounds a little weird. Yeah.
So get your GG's in for TJ Maelstrom, who does get Ganon down. Just has to cross this bridge. And he will finish with an official race time of 1:48.08. First on the restream, second overall. 5 minutes behind Mr. Ed, who really must have done some clowning to finish in that time.
I don't think there's areas that could have been sped up in the seed. For what TJ did. TJ overall played it pretty well. So, yeah. And full clear Swamp Palace, nice.
And there's Vex's GT Big, so now he's in go mode.
Yeah, let's do the climb and again, so 6-ish minutes or so. Looks like TJ might be joining us here. Yeah, TJ joining us. GG's TJ.
Hello, thank you.
I guess you haven't had a chance to, like, talk about the race with anyone since you just finished, but I'm still amused how big you were bailed out by that bow in the front of Swamp.
Yeah, I guess so. I guess I left another bow behind in Spiral Cave, huh?
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a pretty big bailout, huh?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's annoying to do the east side of the mountain in inverted because you have to keep climbing and falling down if you want to do Mimic Cave and Spiral Cave.
Oh, I didn't. Yeah, I didn't want to do all of that. I had just gotten real busy on the mountain, and a lot of stuff like opened wide up.
Right, like the mirror.
Yeah.
And the boots.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, like half the sea was basically locked by getting access to Light World, East Mountain, and Hera area.
Yeah, I was happy with the Hera basement play though. That was good.
Yeah. Well, we were wondering when that Hera Small showed up in Zelda's cell, and then you found the Hyrule Castle key to actually put it in logic. It's like, maybe this actually means something.
It's precisely the reason I did that.
Nice.
And really not having the big key when I walked in there. And then I got the big key to Hera, and I'm like, okay, let's see where this goes. I'm like, this better be huge. And I'm like, oh, wow, cool. When has that ever happened to me? Hey! Almost never. This time, cool. And then I missed the bow in the Spiral Cave. And yeah, great. Okay. Thanks, Swamp Palace.
And it looks like you scared Mind DM out of the race.
Oh, well, I guess I think I did that right at the beginning. if his initial comment in the race room is to be interpreted. I was getting increasingly nervous about that GT Big. I wasn't sure if this mode forced it in there. I didn't think it did. I'm pretty sure it doesn't. But it was there anyway, so cool.
Yeah, along with 2 GT Smalls.
Yeah, like, where are those?
Yeah, you can tell this was definitely not 100% locations because of the GT Small and map room.
Well, yeah. I think it's one of those rare instances where 4-key logic can be circumvented by having a key in that room. The same thing can happen in Pod. Like, you can find a small key to Pod in the big key chest or Harmless Hellway. That can happen. That can happen. Drives me crazy when it does, but, you know, there you go.
Yeah, well, with the upcoming releases, I think 100% locations is going to start getting more popular.
Hey, all right.
Identity modes.
Yeah, I'm glad I decided on Eastern Palace instead of Palace of Darkness 2.
Yeah.
I didn't feel like 3 keys was enough to justify it, so I went into Eastern thinking, maybe there's... Like, I'm either going to find, like, progression or another pod small, and then, like, okay, we'll just go after that. And then...
See, what we were saying here was, like, the game seemed to be pointing to Meyer, but you didn't have a way to get past the first room, and I was like, I bet Hookshot or Boots are in Eastern.
Yeah, I mean, you saw after I got that, I think I just went right there.
Yeah. And there's Agatu down for Vex. But yeah, honestly, like 148 after how slow the seed start was. I mean, I think your first crystal is at like 54 minutes.
Yeah, 54 minutes.
So
my timer here, yeah.
Literally half of your playing time was on 0 crystals.
Yeah, it didn't help that. It's really rare you see. You get funneled into the 1 check in Palace of Darkness, you know, at the beginning of the game, and that's what ended up happening. And then, you know, Palace of Darkness had that 1 small key,
right.
And then opened up into more, and like, oh look, there's your sword. You need to go and finish up Castle Tower, and that's how you get to the Light World, and blah blah blah, and yada yada yada. Guess I should have seen that coming, but I mean, I ran it as best I could. Considering I had a tracker mishap at the start of the race.
Oh, what happened there?
Oh, I loaded up a regular open tracker instead of an inverted Keysanity, so...
And then I saw you dragging stuff around and it wound up blocking your timer for most of the race.
Yeah, that's, yeah, I apologize for that, but that's what, that's what that was. That was me, you know, panic getting, another tracker back up. I didn't realize it was covering my timer. I apologize for that.
Oh, and there's Vex getting the different Silver's clue from Ganon.
No, they in Swamp Palace.
Yes.
Oh.
Not too often you get to see both runners do Silverless Ganon with different bows.
Yeah, that's neat.
The early half magic was nice for you.
Oh, that was clutch. Like I figured going into Ice Palace, if the flippers and the fire rod, I'm like, I figured going into Ice Palace would be necessary, but I wanted to get as much as I could before I commit to it, and then I had enough money to get a couple of potions because I think fire rod and bombs were my only weapons. And I don't think I was that efficient with my bombs on those Pen Gators, but I got the job done and pulled that Castle Tower key, I guess, which is what the seed wanted, and he needed to go in there.
Well, Ice was for the Moon Pearl, but get your GGs in for Vextifer, who does manage to eke out 3rd place in this 156.03. No finishers between the two of you.
Scrupula, like I'm just under a minute behind him.
Yeah. And we are joined by Vex. Nice clown routing.
Dude, I honestly don't remember what mode I was playing. Like, that was probably the most brain foggy I've ever been playing a season.
You orphaned so many checks, we had to take them to an orphanage.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. I died 3 times before I got the 2nd item in the seed. Like, this is like I started this, and I was like, this is gonna be a good night.
I mean, it's not an inverted seed unless you die in the overworld a few times.
No. I literally died twice immediately.
No.
Part of it,
not unusual either.
well, yeah, but like in different spots where I shouldn't have been dying. Like I died to the bird because like I flew to 6. I died to the bird because I was stuffing my face with Chinese food while I was like holding up, and I didn't dodge at all. And then my controller's all greasy now, so that was a mistake.
Oh boy, yep, okay.
Look, I made a mistake.
Seems like we both had opening mishaps. Yours had a lot more. Yours had a lot more MSG than mine did.
Yo, I had mishaps like literally everywhere. Yeah,
Was it good Chinese food though, at least?
Yeah, it's still pretty good.
Hey, all right, cool. All right.
Like honestly, it was like I'm in Ice Palace and I'm going through. I'm like, oh, I don't need to hit the switch. And then I was like, wait, I already got the small key, so I'm like halfway there, and I'm like, you know what? I'm not gonna be able to get to the boss. So instead of just mirroring, I just went through the rest of it, and I was like, I hope there's a key in one of these 3 chests, and there wasn't. And I still went in and opened the pot key and slashed a couple times just to like prove to myself that I'm an idiot. What I orphan? I didn't orphan anything. That was perfect routing. Not a single orphan check anywhere, Drosy.
Not the orphans. I used to be an orphan.
I don't believe that there was an orphan check in the seed.
Honestly, though, I'd say the biggest surprise was that you go to Saha's closet, you get the Eastern Big, and then you're like, I am not touching Eastern.
I just didn't feel like it, Drosy. I didn't. I looked at it and I said, you know what? I should go into Eastern here. And I said, you know what? I'm not going to. That's what I said to myself.
I wanted to go very badly. I almost went right after Aga. But I'm like, nah, that's a bad idea, right?
It would not have been a bad idea.
It would not have been a bad idea.
I considered it as well. I was like, I'm just gonna go straight to Saha. Screw it.
Yeah, because like inverted, that check is just kind of hard to reach if you don't have the right items, you know?
No, it's 3 items and it's gross.
Yeah.
When did I do it? I don't remember. I think I did it right after. I did it after Ice Rod Cave before. No, maybe not. I don't remember when I did it. Who knows? I don't remember anything about what I did, to be honest. I died a bunch.
What seed did we play again? What mode is
right?
it? What game are we playing?
Look, and then I'm sitting here in like GT mode, and I'm like, you know what? This big key's probably in GT, and I was like, is it guaranteed in GT? I'm pretty sure it's not, but you know, it's probably there anyways. Should I check stuff?
Oh, you said the exact same thing I did. I think that was word for word.
And then I was like, should I check? Should I check more stuff? I was like, fine, I'm gonna check more stuff, but like only a little bit of stuff. I was really close to just skipping the back of pod and just skipping all of Meyer. I almost skipped everything. I didn't do the left side of Meyer.
I'm seeing your stats scroll by. That is amazing. 1 boss on Master Sword and everything else on Butter Sword.
Yeah, dude.
Well, having those swords right next to each other like that is, you know.
Look, I'm incredible. You know, I got wall mastered in the back of Skull Woods, like because I'm dumb. Like, dude, if you go back and watch it, TJ, you should really like. I think my son was playing, not me. I'm pretty sure. I was on camera, but you know, I think my son was playing. I mean, he's a year old now, so.
Pretty sure it's still against the rules, Vex.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're right. You're right.
Be careful who you tell this to. God.
I'm sorry. That's how it felt. I literally felt.
People are not supposed to know about the 1-year-old tech.
I think I felt like a toddler. That's how I felt.
I mean, we're gonna have to rename you back to Rando Toddlers. You can't be Rando Kitties this year.
I don't think we're kitties. Are we kitties? No, I think we're just kids.
Oh, okay.
I think I put kids. And if in any ways, it would have been kiddos if I had decided to use.
Yeah, you are just Rando Kids.
2-syllable thing. But yeah, no, this was like, hey, maybe I should do this inverted seed, and then Drosy was like, yeah, you should, and I was like, all right, fine.
Oh, I'd live for this mode.
I actually don't mind inverted or this mode or most modes except for Ambrosia. I really don't like Ambrosia.
I couldn't tell.
But no, generally, I think I don't know. I played about as bad as I've ever played. It was like me running through a seed like I run through Super Metroid. Like I have no idea what I'm doing or where I'm going. But GG's, TJ.
Thanks, Vex. GG to you too.
What Ed must have got big key, right? I'm sure that Ed decided.
I'm sure Ed did some nonsense and just like.
I'm sure Ed.
He just tripped over whatever he needed. Like,
Look, I bet you Ed was just galloping through the seed.
Yeah.
He ended up, finding the horseshoes really early.
Yeah, he is the luckiest rando player I think I've ever seen.
It got him in, and then I'm sure that he hit go mode and was like, you know what? I'm not opening another chest until I get to GT. And then I'm gonna open all the chests.
Bet he did the opposite. Like, I'm gonna fluff all this chest. That's the Mr. Ed I know. He likes to fluff.
Yeah.
He owes me a beer, I think.
I mean, can he owe me a beer
homemade
too?
beer?
Maybe. I don't know.
Can he owe me a beer too? Like, I've never met him. I mean, talked to him that much, but I would appreciate a beer.
We played shuffleboard and went axe throwing a couple of months ago. That was fun.
I'm sure many a beer was that.
Oh yeah, we drank like crazy.
Anyway, it being after 1 in the morning for most of us.
So it is. Damn.
We should probably call it soon.
That's not important. Time is just a number. And yeah.
But yeah, thank you guys for being on the restream. It was fun, at least the portion we got to restream. When you watch it back, you'll see like half an hour missing because all the speed gaming bots died.
Oh no.
Oh, amazing.
I heard
so no one...
I heard there was something that happened.
So you're telling me that no one even got to see me fail that hard unless they were specifically watching me?
I mean, we got the first hour or so. It was
okay.
Then,
well, you got half of the fails then. Because there were 2 hours worth of failing.
But yes, huge thanks to our tracker homemade beer who kept up with the tracking while we were trying to get the stream back online.
Well, I wasn't getting items very fast, so I'm pretty sure that it was probably pretty easy.
Pretty sure he was also eating Chinese food.
Really?
I don't know. You can't say that for sure.
In New Mexico?
Yeah, why not? I bet your Chinese food is terrible.
I probably shouldn't interview with a mouthful, but...
But yeah, give these guys a follow. They're entertaining.
I try.
I don't, but apparently.
And hey, Specs, thanks for, sitting through this and the technical difficulties and all that.
Yeah, sorry it's a little energy tonight, but it was still fun to watch this race and, see the chaos parts of it. And thank you guys for the race.
Yeah, I had a great time. It was fun to actually play inverted instead of just having to comment. Thank you for commenting so I didn't have to.
Yes, it was fun. I had a good time.
And let's see what we got on the schedule. The next thing confirmed on the schedule is actually on Speed Gaming Main at 1:15, so about 12 hours from now, we will be having Ocarina of Time Rando for Speed Gaming Live. And then we have a whole bunch of things throughout the day that don't have channels yet. A lot of Speed Gaming Live. There's the Boots tournament. There's the HMG tournament. So, yeah. Please be sure to give the Speed Gaming family of channels a follow. We will have a daily race tomorrow as well. So, yeah. Check out all those things. And we hope to see you around.